Danny Fairhurst
Hello.
from Congleton. Originally from Congleton, Stoke?
Leek.
Leek originally, is that where you live?
Live in Congleton now.
Live in Congleton, it's really nice around here, I do like it.
Yeah.
And I like this fabulous new venue that you've got for yourself here at Congleton that they've done up. It's a beautiful space.
Yes.
You are officially and originally not a breathwork facilitator specialist. Have you always been known for your VA work? Is that what you did from day one? But actually no, you were a lawyer.
I was a lawyer first.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
So I did the well-behaved thing of going to university, studied law, became a lawyer, got burnt out, had a mental health crisis, ended up in hospital, and completely started over again from there. And I went into VA work from there. So then I spent years building up my virtual assistant business, working with online business owners. But alongside that, I was on my own healing journey. And that's where I discovered breathwork.
And do you only know this now that you're on your healing journey? Or at the time, when did it become an awareness for you that you're on a healing journey? After the burnout?
Yeah, it took a while, to be honest, because at every step it felt like nothing was working. And it was only when I paused for a moment and went, oh shit, that's where I was, to where I am now, that I was like, okay, these things are working. Like that development, that change in myself is being huge. And then once I saw that, that's when I was like, okay, I need to learn everything about breath work. Because I've just been following, like YouTube videos, audios, like following along and sort of like surviving. But it was only when I took that pause, and I don't know why I took that pause, but there was just one day and I was like, oh, look how far I've come.
So the whole concept of Be More You is where we are essentially showing people that this is possible for them to live their lives being more of who they actually are. Do you now know how much of your life you were living not being you?
All of it.
So how old are you now?
All of it. I'll be 38 next week.
Next week? Oh, happy birthday!
Thanks.
Next week. So you haven't been living your life being more of who you are at all yet. Have you not even started the last 18 months?
I would say, yeah, probably the last 2 years. So I learned everything I could about breathwork. I've taken so many certifications and courses and everything to learn about the mechanics of it, to learn about different styles, and like really just, learn everything I could. But because I was known for being a tech person, I shied away from sharing it. So I shared it, I did some sessions at local yoga studios and that kind of thing, but not online, because I had this kind of feeling of like, people would see me start talking about breath work and start talking about being embodied and talking about nervous system regulation. People would just be like, who's she? Who does she think she is talking about these things? She builds websites, she does tech. And probably for a good couple of years, I had this knowledge that I wanted to share and that I thought I felt ready to share, but there was a block and I wasn't sharing it because I thought other people wouldn't receive it well.
And this goes back to the thing that's very common amongst many people, never mind business owners, judgment. And if we spot it, we've got it. So somewhere along the way, you were judging yourself about the fact that you were quote unquote now doing this thing. And I was doing lawyering, I left that, then I went into VAing, and now I've left that, well, not left that, because you still do that. Because it runs like it should do in the background, and this is what it's all about. It's being able to show people that you can do the thing that pays the bills and brings in the bread and butter, but you can also pursue your passion. And so once you realised that this was something that was a non-negotiable, how long ago was that? When did you decide? Because it's only every decision that causes us to take action. When did you decide that, you know what, I can't not do this? People can't not know that this is a thing that I can do with them.
I think probably about 18 months ago. I'd started to do little bits here and there before that, but then sort of 18 months ago I was like, no, this is being its own thing, this is becoming a business, this is what I'm going to be doing. And giving myself permission to do more than one thing.
Yes, because how often do we still carry that thing of like, because people tell us you can't be good, you can only be good at one thing.
Yeah.
And it's true, energy flows, you know, where focus goes. And the thing that you're focusing on grows, right? But we aren't forced just to do the one thing all the time, because I don't think there is a job anymore for 40 years. There's no job for life.
No.
There's so many facets of us that we are able to tap into once we start living our lives being more you.
Yeah.
Now, would you say that you're on that path?
Yeah, I think I've been exploring ADHD.
Like that word?
And
exploring.
And I see a lot of traits in myself. I'm not fussed about a diagnosis or anything because I'm good where I am. But exploring that has given me another level of permission to be multifaceted.
And embrace it, right?
Because it's not a flaw.
It's not a negative.
No, I'm not jumping from one thing to another because I'm bad or because
I'm avoiding something.
Or actually just the way my brain works is that it needs multiple things to thrive. And when I try and push myself into one box and just do one thing, I get bored.
Yeah.
And then I fuck shit up. And
Yeah.
it goes terribly.
Yeah.
Because I got bored. But the more I lean into like, I'm going to do a bit of this and a bit of that. And yeah, maybe I'm not seeing the same rate of growth as if I put all my attention on it. But I'm happier.
Because ultimately you are being more of you.
Yes.
And because we don't understand the full potential and we don't realise our full potential, we don't even know what that looks like. Because to try and control what that looks like would be taking yourself back to what we've been doing all our lives.
Yeah.
Instead of just going with the flow, being open to all that is exciting for me, that brings joy for me. And I think this is part of the reason why I wanted to have sort of like with my, you know, headline sponsor, which is what you are, I wanted them to embody that essentially, because the whole point of anybody being on the stages and in the panel that we're going to have is that they are practicing what they preach. But we're also saying there's no perfection here.
No.
And how do you feel about what is out there for you right now? Are you seeing anything out there at the minute that makes you and helps you to feel that perfection doesn't have to exist, that I'm okay just being and doing what I need to do in any given moment? Is there anything out there that you can rely on, or do you think this is essential to create for yourself? I
think it's actually the opposite. I think it's ignoring what's out there. Because there is so much, like, you've got to find a niche, you've got to like find your one thing and do this, and it has to look this way, and this way. And one of my big things with the breath work that I teach and practice is that it doesn't have to be perfect. So I see so many like breath work retreats and things where it's all very staged and prim and proper. And I'm like, breath work pulled me from the brink of suicide in small, imperfect practices. And sort of being more me and leaning into my story and where I started with this breath work, it's actually helped me deliver it to people in ways that I don't see so much online. And so I think trying to be aware of what's out there, but not mirror it, copy it, but to do it in my own way, and giving myself, again, I'm coming back to permission, giving myself permission to do it in my own way, even if it looks different to everybody else, feels good for me, and it seems to resonate with people as well.
And I think it's important, because you just touched on it there, when you say that it brought you back from the brink of suicide. I think it's important just to cover that bit in this sort of chat that we're having. Where were you in that realm? How long ago was this? That's okay. Are we talking
12 years ago?
Yeah, so at the end of your lawyer career.
Yeah, end of lawyer career. It was a big crisis meltdown. I was suicidal. I was taken into hospital. And it was from there that I started to discover breath work.
Were you getting the help that you wanted from normal resources? Were they trying their best to give you counselling and
They
all
were
of that?
trying their best. There was talking therapies, there was medication, there was, I had that respite in the hospital facility where I was safe, and it just, people tend to just put a plaster over the wound.
Yeah.
They don't look at what's going on underneath.
People as in the individual, or people trying to help you?
Everybody.
Yeah.
I think everybody does. I think we're so, as individuals, we're so focused on what's next, what do I do next, how do I get there? We stick a plaster on and head for the next thing without stopping, stripping back.
Which you were guilty of doing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that the people who are there to help you are doing the same thing. They're like, here's some medication, it's going to numb you.
And did you take the medication?
I did.
What were you on?
It was just, I actually can't remember.
Yeah.
But I tried all sorts of things, and most of them I was just, because they put me on really high dosages.
Okay.
I was just a zombie.
Zombie.
Like, no feelings at all, no happy, no sad, nothing. And I was just like, I can't live like this. This isn't what life is.
Yeah, but the level of awareness that you had in that in itself, is to be applauded, because I think a lot of people might have those thoughts. This isn't right. This isn't how. And it's important that they listen to that and really take note that is actually a green light, a little light at the end of the tunnel, or the green light for them to actually start to investigate that.
And I'm not against medication because it helped me.
Yeah.
It's what I needed at that moment in time, but it wasn't the solution. I needed to be doing the other work. I needed to be healing my inner child, healing my trauma, healing everything else, working on me as a person, as a soul, as my energy.
And I think that's a great point you make, because I am a massive believer in whoever we go to for energy work, healing, therapy, whatever, counselling. Again, this is not against saying anything against anybody who hasn't done the journeying for themselves, but you as a therapist, you as a facilitator can only take people to the depths that you've been to yourself. And for people to know this about you, I think is gold, because this is an indication, because I recently, and we've been talking about this just now, about the channeling element of what it is that we do in our work, and recognizing when we are channeling and connected to source. And for me, it's about this thing now where I'm inviting individuals to see it, hear it, feel it. What I mean by that is people will see this, they will hear you and hear this, and then the thing that they should be looking for then is the feeling.
Yeah.
What are they feeling when they hear what they're hearing? Because that is the indication that your field of resonance is connecting with and matching the frequency of what it is that's being said to you right now. So if you think, people will be thinking things while they're listening to you right now, but actually my invitation is, and should always be, but what are you feeling? Whatever it is, it might be feeling, oh, what the hell's she on about? Oh, I wasn't like that. It wasn't like that for me. Whatever it's you're feeling, you are feeling something that's resonating. Yeah. And the ego steps in to try to make sense of it, because it's calling you in to do the work. Yeah. Now, for anybody that's going to be joining us on the day, you're going to be there with your whole business concept, but you've also got an app. You have an app. Now tell us about the app that people can access and benefit from.
Yeah. So one of the big things for me was making this work accessible to people without it becoming like a big deal. Like, as much as I love the studio and having people here to do sessions, not everyone can come out for an hour. Not everyone has tools that they can use in the moment, and that's what I want people to have. I want them to come to the studio and have their hour session and disconnect from everything else, but I also want them in a moment of crisis, a moment of panic, a moment of I'm not sure what to do with the next 10 minutes, to be able to access meditations, breathwork, guided breathwork sessions, those kind of things, just from their phone.
And so the app is called?
It's called Soulflow.
Soulflow, Soulflow, and is available on all app stores now?
It's currently down, but it will be.
Yeah.
Yes,
it'll do
it is.
It's there. It's there. Again, we're not aiming for perfection.
I'm doing a revamp, so it will be back very soon. But
Excellent.
Yes.
But definitely by the time that people see you and meet you in June, it'll be up and running and in full soul flow.
It will.
Thank you, Danny, for your time today. And I look forward to June the 6th, where you will be hosting your very own panel.
I will.
Asking people how they live their life, being more you.